over to you, ma'am.
Hello. Right. Hello, everybody. As you see, I'm here, and I have in fact been looking at the picture and deciding what I would like to do next. Now, we're still a bit got a few clashing colours here that need to be sorted, but I can attend to that in a minute. What I would like to do is to do something to the water, more of the underpainting, if you like, to make it work as a picture better. Now, I think one of the things, you've got this huge cloud, but back here there aren't so many clouds, and the water and the sky is sort of vaguely bluish or lightish. And I think if we had light on the water here and darkened the front, we would we'd get the water lying down, and we'd put quite a nice feeling about it. Now, I don't want to make it too light at that edge because that will take the eye off the picture. So I need the light really around here. So what I'm going to do, I don't think we want pure white. We need a bit of blue in it, but a pale blue, like that, pale enough. Sorry, darling, by the way.
No, that's okay. We can see the bit you're working on, which is what really matters.
So I'm just introducing the blue here. The back here. And I can go along here a bit as well. A bit there. Which is part of this what's that mean there? Right, now I can add a bit more, touch more blue to that, mildly darker. And this goes along, there's actually posts there. This is slightly darker than what's up there. I want to keep the strokes coming down if I can.
I'll just get some paper.
I can hear somebody, Rachel.
Yes.
Somebody's not muted themselves.
Yes. It's all right now. I have seen to it.
Right. Now I think we need to add a bit of purple to that, because it's all getting a bit blue, isn't it? We want to get quite dark down here. If I push it down here, a bit like painting the Forth Bridge this. So I want to get to that sort of depth down here. Let's add a bit of blue to that. And somehow, and this is darker here because this is, no, not there. All right, not there. So we add a bit of white to that. I'm just using neat paint on the brush to mix it in with the colours that are already there. if I can get the underpainting of this area done effectively, then when I start to put the ripples in, I might even be able to do that today, because it's quite it's very solid paint. This. Feels a bit like Bob Ross's. Could do with his brush to do. And there's a bit more white up there. And over here, the water is quite deep, so I'm going to mix quite a strong purple. I'm going to add a little bit of raw sienna, just a touch of raw sienna. That will give me a sort of olive colour. I don't want this line to be too definite here. We can allow the darker green to wander out, even introduce a few of the green colour across here. Definitely don't want that to be too strong a line there. This is quite dark. Yeah, because there was quite tight corner there. And then if I introduce a little bit of light there, just a touch. And add a bit more of the ochre colour. Right. Right. I've got some of that really dark colour on my brush, and I'm going to bring it across here in quite low key strokes. We don't want this part of the picture purple and this part of the picture green. We've got to introduce some of this colour over here. And because I started off with the downs, I'm going to get my depth and reflection, but I'm also going to get these don't need to worry too much about that bit because it gets covered by the frame. Though people don't always frame pictures these days. And you sometimes have to take that into account as well. Right. So if I take some of the blue now, mix that with white, and introduce some of that higher up so that we get practically the same colour as is underneath it. But it's just moving the water a little bit, which is the purpose of the enterprise. I know we're inside a harbour, but it's quite a big harbour. I think we can go a little bit darker here. See how I'm holding the brush? It's very light, practically in the same plane as the canvas. I feel like I ought to put some water lilies in it now. However, let's not be captious. I'm trying to make these marks a little smaller as I go back and to make some of the ones I've already made a little bit thinner. Things recede in size as you go further back. And at the moment, these here are quite nice marks, which is irritating. think that's working a bit better. Just remarks to disturb the plane. I don't know if that shows up on your picture, but that's got an altogether better look to it now, I think. Right. I think it's about time I did something to this area now. I'm going to get a smaller brush to do that. Here we are. Round about there. Look. Oh, little White House here. But of course, I don't want it to be screaming white, because it will unbalance the picture. Quite difficult for my sketch to decide what is actually here. But there's various things on here, varying sizes and shapes. And on here, the post there, I think there's two actually. The water is making shapes around here, so this time it wouldn't be quite so straight.
Ten minutes.
Good Lord, ridiculous. I don't feel as I've even started here. Now, because I've got underpainting in there, if I put marks on top of it to suggest rough cast work, those underpainting marks will show through as, if you like, shadows and that sort of thing. And if we've got them there, we'll have them in the water too. And it's just beginning to show signs now. Some kind of animation there. I think I can show a bit more water there. It will be darker inside. Don't like that. Don't know if I can get it out now. Get a rag and see if I can remove it, because I just don't like it. Let's see what we can. Needs to be a stronger mark, really, to show the water behind it. That's not right either. Hey ho. This is because I'm working without the photograph, trying to work from my sketch. and my sketch was inadequate, manifestly. Well, if you keep playing, you eventually end up with something. Come back to it. Come back to it. Right. Sounds like the knell of doom there. We fixed for time now, Rachel.
Less than 5 minutes.
Right. There's one thing I want to do before I finish, and that's put right a piece of bad drawing, which is here. Can you see that line's going up? That line's going up. And if I'm looking at it carefully, that's probably my eye line. So that ought to be doing that. So the wall will be coming down that sort of area. And here, this line should slope. That way. Of course, if it's there. Yeah. There we are. The drawing of that is a bit more acceptable now, I think. I think that should go up higher. Yeah. Right. There's actually a window here. Okay. So. This matter of painting from a sketch is actually quite difficult to do. Giving you quite a problem there. I do wonder how many of you are still continuing to work from a sketch. Because I have to tell you, I am severely tempted to find a photograph and start from there, but I'm going to resist the effort. I'm going to see if I can continue to work Even a little more.
1.5 minutes.
Right. Well, I better stop there then. What I'm doing is just putting in marks where I can see things represented on my sketch. So that's, but I don't want to describe it. I haven't described them in detail on the sketch. That they are there. There's a little edifice here I haven't put in. And I have shown the light catching the top of that, which I haven't done yet. But you can see those aren't clear. I've got a post to put up there with a flag on, which is rather nice. That will help to cut the line. But I think the picture is beginning to marry together better now. I'm just going to get up and have a look. Right. Having got up and have a look, I think I need to do a bit more down here using the more purpley shades. Leaving these, but working on top. I think that will make it work a bit better.